Prime Minister Modi, we are getting the latest statement, hails the Bidens for hosting him for dinner. Prime Minister Modi has said, and I quote him here, "It was a great conversation with Joe Biden and Dr. Jill Biden. I thank them for hosting me at the White House today. We had a great conversation on several subjects." So, of course, remember a conversation that took place, gifts were exchanged, and this is just the starting. This was an intimate private dinner. We're being told there is going to be another, possibly a state dinner that has been organized as well. But the biggest highlight will be the address at the US Congress that we are expecting today. And that is going to be very crucial with what the Prime Minister will say. Now, he's addressed it earlier as well, but now he becomes and joins an exclusive group of world leaders. For example, Winston Churchill, I remember Nelson Mandela, who have twice addressed the Congress, and now Prime Minister Modi will also be a part of that. And we're getting more details from inside. So all of that you're looking at was served to the Prime Minister while the dinner was hosted. You can see a lot of orange, saffron and white and green, reflective of the tricolour as the table decor. This is the thought that has gone into organizing and sending out an invitation to Prime Minister Modi for this dinner that has been hosted. A candlelight dinner and, of course, an elaborate, exquisite cutlery that has been put for the full course meal. But vegetarian in menu, most of it is what we are being told, that most of the menu and part of it that was served to the Prime Minister was vegetarian because of the choices of the Prime Minister. You're looking at some of the gifts. A vintage American camera was gifted to the Prime Minister, and there were also some handmade artifacts from America. So from the Bidens, that is what was gifted. In turn, very interesting gifts that have gone from India to the Bidens, and that is with regard to some inherent intrinsic Indian celebrations that are taking place, and each time there is some sort of a donation that is a part of that celebration. Those have gone to the Bidens in that. So from Karnataka, Rajasthan, Bengal, different areas have found a representation there. A hand-woven textured tussar silk cloth sourced from Jharkhand. Long-grained rice sourced from Uttarakhand. Gur or jaggery sourced from Maharashtra. And all of this is part of the details that have gone. So there's been, as you can see, a big box with different details that have gone. And in that big box, there are these different portions that have been sent out, which is basically reflective of the charity, of the donations that are done during celebrations. Sri Thanedar, US congressman, continues to be with us. So, of course, Karnataka also sort of found a mention, but the highlight eventually will be, while the Prime Minister says, it's been a pleasure for the dinner that was hosted. We had a great conversation on several subjects. I'm pretty sure there must have been a lot of interesting topics that would have been discussed. But US Congress is going to be the highlight that you will be escorting the Prime Minister to. And so what is your plan to be? Are we going to see a lot of Indian attire at the US Congress, or there is a protocol of a dress code that has to be followed? How are you looking forward to that morning?
Oh, well, we may see some Indian attire, but mostly you will see the protocol. Yes. People in the United States Congress always wear their suits. So that's what, but you may see some Indian colors worn by some people. But it will be an interesting day and an historic moment, and I certainly hope that this becomes a beginning of a much deeper, much stronger, much trusting relationship.
Sri, do tell us about more US congressmen and congresswomen there in the House, because, you know, while there is a lot of excitement, there is a curiosity as well. What will they say about India? What if they take a very critical stand on India? So, and I'm sure among the Republicans and the Democrats as well, there's a different kind of an infighting that is always on. But, you know, as with Indian origins forging a bond as well there in the political corridors, how is that like? Is there a lot of pride in the Indian culture or the origins that they come from?
Yes, absolutely. You know, the Indian Americans have become now mainstream and has become part of the American fabric. As you know, America is a country of immigrants, and Indian Americans have contributed significantly in all walks of life, whether it is medicine, academia, you know, technology, you know, all kinds of, batteries, electric batteries, electric cars, all kind of innovation that has happened. There has been a participation of Indian American immigrants. Many Congress people have Indian American population in their district. This is a country that is of, respects the immigrants, and the immigrants have contributed a lot to the success of America. And this collaboration will continue. Many people are anticipating the Prime Minister's address to the joint session of the United States Congress, and people are very excited about it. That's what I see.